In the dazzling skyline of Nairobi stood the headquarters of Skyworld Holdings, a billion-dollar conglomerate run by one of Africa's youngest CEOs, 38-year-old Chike Mwosu, known in public as a quiet philanthropist and business genius. Chike had become concerned about disturbing whispers filtering through the cracks of his empire. Stories of arrogant managers, toxic supervisors, and a culture that crushed the very employees who built the company from the ground up. Determined to uncover the truth, Chike made a decision. For 1 month, he would pose as a cleaner in his own company under the alias Mr. Tund, with the help of his loyal personal assistant and HR director, who were sworn to secrecy. He traded his Italian suits for an oversized janitor's uniform, walked into his own building through the back door, and began mopping the floors. From the very first day, he was invisible. Supervisors barked orders at him without a please. Some employees rolled their eyes if he passed by. One manager even spilled coffee on the floor and told him, "That's your job, cleaner. Make yourself useful." No one knew they were speaking to the very man who paid their salaries. Chike saw things that made his heart sink. A brilliant young woman named Zainab, who stayed late daily working on company data, was constantly belittled by her team lead. Security guards were mocked for falling asleep during their shifts, even though they worked 12-hour stretches with no breaks. The lunch lady was scolded for giving extra spoons of rice to junior staff. The worst came in week 3. Chike accidentally knocked over a stack of documents while mopping near the executive wing. A senior manager named Mr. Collins shouted at him in front of everyone, "Are you blind? You useless cleaner, do you even know what this is worth?" The papers were recovered, but Chike never forgot the humiliation. But he kept quiet. He took mental notes, and he observed. On the final day of the month, a company-wide meeting was announced. The CEO, said the memo, would be returning from his long overseas trip to address the company's future. Everyone gathered in the main auditorium, dressed sharp, excited to meet the man most had only seen in glossy magazines. When the janitor Tund walked onto the stage, confusion spread. Laughter followed, until he picked up the mic and said, "My name is Chike Mwosu. I own this company." Silence. Gasps echoed. Mouths dropped. Faces turned pale, especially Mr. Collins, who looked like he'd seen a ghost. Chike calmly recounted everything he had witnessed: the disrespect, the bullying, the fake smiles, the exploitation of good people. He turned to Zainab in the crowd and said, "Your work on the logistics model saved us 48 million. Effective immediately, you are promoted to head of operations." He then pointed at Mr. Collins and 3 other managers. "You're fired. Today. We do not reward cruelty here." Chike spent the next 6 months rebuilding the company's culture from the ground up. Salaries were increased. Support staff were given proper lounges and benefits. Regular performance reviews included anonymous peer feedback. And most importantly, respect was made a non-negotiable rule. And though he returned to his suits and corner office, Chike kept a gray janitor's uniform hanging in his closet, a reminder of what he learned when he became invisible.